Alright, I think we're ready to go, for the most part. So, I think this is the first time I've done real-time dolphin corruptions since they've updated the GUI. I can't remember if I had the color scheme changed. This is Windows Switch Harvester for 0.96 as opposed to, I think, 0.9... I'm sorry, this is 0.96. No, that's right. I think I was using 0.94 before. Anyways, it's updated. It's a little bit faster. Looks a lot nicer. The old one looked nice too. This is just a nice update. And along with it, I'm using a new tool that I've never used before, which is very useful for dolphin corruptions, which is the dolphin auto kill switch by the same people that just create all these other useful tools, and that's the icon for it, which I love. So I'm going to be using that. In case dolphin actually crashes, it will automatically restart itself, and we can jump right back into a corruption, which is nice. In the past, we've had to, go manually find the dolphin executable, go load the ROM again, pull up the corruption. A lot of extra work is being taken out of that, which is nice. Without that, or other than that, I think we're ready to go. I did some preliminary testing to see... I have to stop the music in a sec, otherwise it's going to confuse me. Some preliminary testing to see how the game corrupted. It corrupted fairly well enough that I'd like to stream it, so that's why we're here today. That's why you see some of those fields here populated, like stash history. I have a couple save states that I was working with. I actually created 2 corruptions that I liked that I wanted to keep, so we'll take a look at those, and then we'll start creating our own corruptions after that. So, without further ado, let's go and lower the music. Let's have some background music. It'll be good background music. How about... Does this movie have a long soundtrack? 40 minutes. We put that in the background. Really quiet. Okay. Anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to load up the emulator here. I've got so many windows on screen now, it's a lot harder to keep track of everything. And I'm on a laptop, which doesn't help much. But most of the music will be drowned out by the game audio, that's alright. So, the 2 corruptions I've created. I created one called Shy Cars, this one, where I noticed when I loaded the corruption that some of the cars weren't acting quite right. Their paths were a little bit off. Let's go and find some cars. You can kind of see some in the distance now. As soon as I looked at them, they would turn away from me, like that. There we go. Kind of like they're shy. And some of them floated like these guys. Oh, he's got pegged in the air. So that one I thought was kind of interesting. We might be able to throw that with some hybrid corruption that we create. I don't really know what's going on there. It looks fantastic though. Like fish migrating. The second one, which we saw for a second there, was Happy Lad. This one here, where the mascot's just I didn't actually see him do that. I just saw this and I was like, that's great. I guess when you have him rotate too far.
Am I going to jail for that?
Oh, all the characters do that. Can we... Let's reset. We're just a pile. Let's see if we can get a good look at that. Nah, it's gonna be hard to screenshot. Oh, shoot. I also gotta watch out for hitting the escape button. Let me turn that back on. Whenever I hit the escape, I had it turned off or it prompts that it's gonna shut down. Let me turn that back on. Reload your save state. That is under configuration interface. Confirm on stop. Okay. So since I already have these 2 corruptions already sort of set up and ready to go, sanitized and everything, we're gonna go ahead and just re-roll them. So we're gonna, let me explain that a little bit. I've opened this most recent corruption in something called our blast editor. Let's take it off. Resize that window. There we go. So start blast editor window. This tells us exactly what's going on when we send these memory writes to the ROM and creates the corruption that we're looking at. For example, this first line says at the memory address 9370164, set the value there, C38 in hexadecimal. That byte creates, well, let's see what that creates. If I deselect it and load the corruption again. Actually, that doesn't do anything. We can probably remove that. This other one here, though. Why is his arm still messed up? Huh. I don't know why his arms are messed up, but either way, this bottom one creates that sort of face effect that he has going on. Or the top one does? Okay, something weird's going on there. Anyway, these two effects together create the effect that we're seeing on screen. And given those addresses, we have the C38 in hexadecimal and the 428 in hexadecimal. We can send different values to the ROM to create different effects out of it. So let's go ahead and give that a go, just by re-rolling the corruption. And it doesn't look like we're getting too many different effects out of this. It actually looks like we're not getting any effects, which sometimes happens when we re-roll. We can tell that we're sending different values to memory. For example, this one is B8s and 477, a bunch of Fs. But nothing on screen is changing, so that means that those values that we're sending, it's probably a 0 or 1 case, boolean, true, false, something like that. Anyways, let's move on. So we have these two corruptions that we have on our stockpile. Like them both. Let's move on and create some new corruptions from scratch. So I'm going to clear out my history. That will clear the stash history of all the various corruptions that we were testing out before. I'm going to lower my intensity a bit and move my starting address. And I'm going to hit this blast target button until we have something that we kind of like looking at. Like, for a second we had an awful sounding one. I immediately moved on from that because I don't want to hear it. This one, it doesn't look like there's anything interesting happening on screen. Even though we have 1,554 memory writes, I'm not really seeing any kind of effects going on. Maybe drive around for a moment. There's a house that's sort of messed up there, or no, that's a tree. Some screen flickers. Sounds like the bus is stuck, or it's right around here, but we can't see it. Small stuff like that. Hey, Tasabi Wanik, which is Charlock, right? What's going on, Charlock? / Tasabi Wanik. Good to see ya. We're just getting started with some Road Rage, which we had two decent-ish effects so far. This one here, which I just did during my preliminary. Yeah, the second he got there. Oh, what happened? Whoa.
I'm going to heaven.
All the cars are kind of shy, and they look away from us,
Quit your
which is
whining
kinda
already.
Cool. Let's see if we can get a car to do it.
Look where you're going, you idiot.
Just getting some down here. They're kind of all floating away from you. Into the distance, into the great beyond. Oh, you can barely hear me. Oh, let me turn that up. Or turn the volume down. Thank you for letting me know. Turn this back up. How's that? Might even be a little bit lower. That might be better. Flying cars, right? Kind of an interesting effect. That was like, I think the first one I got out of corrupting it, preliminary, which is great. And the other one we had, just this guy. Just some auto corruption. Grandpa kind of freaks out in the cars, yeah. We'll see if we can mix that with something. Anyways, so we're just getting started with corrupting from scratch, so let's give that a go. Oh, readjust that one a little bit. There we go. There's something going on over here? What is that? Wait. What is he doing? What is that hand position? It is a dab, isn't it? Fuck. We're just gonna put that right there.
I want to keep that one. So we're gonna sanitize that a bit. That'll take us just a sec here. Oh, we have to go get the guy every time. That could be a little tricky, but... What's that guy's name? You know, I don't know. Let me look it up. He's not part of the main cast. Jasper. Jasper. Oh, there's a lot of things going on here. Oh, do you mean on the guy I'm, Yeah, Jasper is the guy that I'm picking up in the back, and the guy I'm actually driving as, they usually just call him Grandpa, but he's... Abraham Simpson? Yeah, Abraham, quote-unquote, Grandpa Simpson. That's the guy I'm driving as. However, I'm having trouble reproducing this effect, sadly. Huh. Might have lost that one. Okay, let's start from the top. Oh, we got no head mascot. And I can't quite control the car. Something's a little off. I think I can only go in a straight line and I can tilt. Oh, these are just strange controls. Do we want to keep this? No, let's keep moving. We can try re-rolling it though. Let's give that a go. This one, the front of the car is kind of stuck in the ground. I mean, this is gonna bother me. Let me turn on background input for Dolphin. That lets me control it while I'm corrupting at the same time. There we go. As soon as you hit one of those like blue barriers, the music crashes. Let's move on. I want one of these radius ones where like you pick up the driver to be halfway across town. Get them hops. He tries to be hip and lit. Thank you for clipping that. I appreciate that. Okay, let's increase our intensity. More intense corruptions. Good start. Great start. Got some paranormal activity here. Music cuts. I'm curious how it would work when we re-roll it, so I'm going through this. Who needs gravity, right? Or maybe it is gravity, but it's just a really intense one. It's like Professor Fink? Is that his name? Dr. Fink, messing with the gravity machine. Gravity is for normies. I bet that old man would agree with you. Old Jasper. Okay, there we go. Single wave right. Throw it on the sash. And let's see. Yeah, you are. While he plows into pedestrians. Yeah, you are. You had a spiritual awakening. His names are his phrases are so fitting. Let's throw that on the stash. Oh, I should probably name it though. Just name it. Well, since he said it, Freebird. Reroll. Got the new hydraulic system put in. Extra bouncy. Kind of fun to drive with those hydraulics. We might even keep that. Throw that on. We can throw it with some other corruption. Hydraulics. There's the bus. You're not in Springfield anymore. Alright, so that's a fun one. Alright, let's clear out our history and start fresh. Is that a billboard? What is that? A house? I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a car! It's a gigantic car. What does it say? Grandson Simpson is truly as... Now you're with a link. It's free as a bird. I mean, that was his goal. The programmers put that in there because... Wow, look at that. Bus coming towards you. The programmers put that in there because they knew that something like this would happen. This reminds me... Oh, which Sonic game was it where you had to like race down... Oh, I drove into a house. Where you had to race down the street and there's that amazing soundtrack playing with it. And there's like a semi-truck chasing you down. Oh god, nope. Come. Sonic Adventure 2, thank you. It's different than the other one, so I kind of want to throw it on too. Oh, I think I did something wrong. Let's do that again. Kind of knows me when things go crazy and he's doing kickflips 1080s. I mean, he's on a whole nother level. I can't even skateboard, let alone do this in a car. He's extending his gravity to infinity and sucking everything in and just like enveloping everyone around him. Oh, it's Katamari. There we go. can call this like spontaneous combustion. Also, there's a new button in here that says offset. I have no clue what that does. I can't edit these values. Wait, what? Why? I'm changing the source address for... Oh, yeah. Index out of range. That's something I'm going to message Nary about. Let me write a notepad file about that. Hitting offset and deselecting and reselecting a value can cause a array out of bounds error. Okay. For all those future corruptors. Also, thank God for Nary. Earlier today, actually earlier this week, I've been trying to do GameCube corruptions all week, but unfortunately my toolkit, the Windows Glitch Harvester, all this stuff, wasn't working quite right, and it's because of some magic behind the scenes that I had no clue anything about, but I decided to finally ask for today. And, ooh, what is this one? I love these clips. Thank you for doing that. Grandpa Simpson becomes a black hole. Oh, you could even like freeze frame it and look at his face and he's just grasping the steering wheel with his eyes like locked ahead. He's having a crisis. There's so many good ones. This game corrupts fairly well, and usually driving games do not corrupt well at all. Like I've tried Need for Speed, I've tried a couple of like F1 racing games and stuff like that. None of them corrupt well. This is the first one that has, not counting Mario Kart. Alright, from the top. Kind of floating. I kind of want to keep that. Drifting off. I think we're just an inch off the ground. Oh. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. I'm sorry? Was that a chipmunk? I tried reversing. Can we do that again, please? To infinity and beyond. Why are there cars up here? Unless we had like some kind of skybox. Yeah, I think we did. I'm sorry, what? Okay, so we know from the previous corruption, the shy cars, the cars seem to spawn based where you're looking, which makes sense because they can only load like what's in front of you. So I think we hit some kind of skybox that's drivable, and we're spawning cars up here because they're within our range. Yeah, look at that! We created a parking lot in the sky. And we're going to drive these cars off. Okay, but that doesn't explain, like, the mailbox and the trees. Well, I guess it does. Look, they're spawning in front of us. That is insane. These must be ground objects that were spawning up here because it thinks that we're on the ground location, like we're at ground level. So it's like, okay, place a tree where he is. That's woke as fuck. That's crazy as fuck. Oh, there we go, we fell off. We also have to find, like, the one spot that worked on. Look at that all up there. That's our little playground. Alright, well, we learned a little bit more about the game. I love stuff like that. And look, there's more trees and mailboxes up there. Cool stuff. We're not going to save that, but a neat experience nonetheless. Oh, look, we made them spin too. Wait. Oh, the map is freaking out too. Look at that. Jesus. Oh, we got some like FOV. Let's see if we can adjust that a bit. There we go. One mirror right, and let's see if we can adjust the FOV a bit. Kinda. It's also kind of where the camera's placed. Ooh. Grandpa Simpson became a hadron collider. Smashing those particles together. He kind of did, didn't he? Because he made them like other objects smashed together. Yeah, I mean, I play Road Rage, but I only ever play 1/10 of Road Rage at a time because it's just too intense of a game, you know? Gotta be careful not to, you know, get high blood pressure or anything like that. That is a fantastic idea. Playing Road Rage on a MacBook Touch Bar. I mean, this is exactly what it looked like. This is a simulation of that. I'm wondering. I'm pondering. If you could use that as a display source, I don't see why you couldn't do that. Only problem would be the minimap. Oh, and also playing it. At all. Couple more rerolls. So it looks like instead of FOV, we're just adjusting the window size. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything else out of that, so we can clear our history and move on. So we got one thick neck. Let's save that. Also, the driving is stuck backwards, reversing. Kind of out of the place. A little bit. I want to combine this with that other sort of odd one we got. Okay, got that. We'll call it neck and combine it with Happy Lad to combine these two. Now they're happy together. And he kind of looks like a helicopter when he drives around. That's gonna be like the weird, stretchy model corruption clusterfuck that I'm gonna create all together. So we'll call this Happy Lads for now. And remove this one, and remove neck. We could have re-rolled neck. I actually forgot to do that. Oh, this one looks amazing. Can we save? I just want to save. This almost looks better. Does his head back? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. It looks like his head snaps backwards when he's driving. Only momentarily, though. Playing Simpsons Road Rage on a MacBook Touch Bar. Thank you. I feel like you have to play it. You have to do it once if you're given the opportunity. I don't have a MacBook, but I feel like that's like a requirement of some kind. Like, if you don't do Doom, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna name this one Happy Lads because I'm happier with this result than the other one. There we go. Got two Happy Lads. Alright, moving on from the top. Oh yeah, I remember that, the MacBook Touch Bar Doom one. I remember seeing that, and it was... I actually want to pull it up. That was like almost a week or two after it came out, too. It was insanely fast they got that out. It's so small. It's brilliant, though. I love the people that can do that. Especially the really odd ones, like getting Doom to run on a potato, or getting Doom to run on the oddest of things, like fridge computers and stuff like that. Wow, the engine got like raptured or something. It revved up to 1,000,000. Too bad you can't replicate that. You can almost replicate it. He almost always ascends. Z-Doom on the TI-83 calculator. You know, I can corrupt TI-83 calculator programs. I ought to just corrupt Doom on the TI-83s, because I've never corrupted Doom before, because usually it doesn't corrupt too well, from what I've found. That might be an interesting experiment, though. I might get that again. As a one-off. Drive-through cars. Okay, ghost cars. That one's a little harder to test. We always have to run into a car to test it, but ghost cars, I think. Oh, maybe. Also, that truck is flattened to a pancake. Let's take a good look at you. Oh, maybe all cars are. Can I still hit this car? No. I've driven through some cars. Yes, corrupt Doom on the TI-83 Plus, please. I will gladly. That sounds like a fun experiment. And there aren't too many games that I could find for the TI-83, so when I saw that BizHawk supported it, because you can corrupt anything that BizHawk supports, I was like, huh, I wonder what kind of programs you would corrupt for it. But that is a fantastic example. I'll give that a go. I was also doing... There's some computer stuff that you can corrupt. Not an actual OS or anything like that. I mean, I could corrupt an OS, but that'd be probably tedious more than anything. Hey, what's going on, Olivia? But you could do stuff like Minesweeper, so like original executables and stuff like that, which might work well. Might work well. I'm unsure. I have an executable on my desktop. It's a couple gigabytes. I want to go through with that on BizHawk. Corrupting Windows 95. I mean, you've seen Joel's destruction videos with the just downloading the worst spam and malware and all that kind of stuff. That's always a fun thing to watch. I don't know. Corrupting it would just, I think, fail in an awful way and not look too interesting. Worth a try, though. I mean, you could do it with VMbox or something like that. Okay, this is proving to be a really difficult corruption to keep. Because some of the cards are collidable and then some of them are not so much. There we go. We only got 44 memory rights left though. So kind of chunking it down. What are some other Windows applications? They had that pinball game, the Space Cadet. Ooh, that scared me. Thank you to Sabi Wanik, aka Charlock. This is dope. We got a couple of other better ones, so let me send this to the stash. And we got, awful ones like this, where just the models are all corrupted. The cars are all messed up on some of these. This one didn't start right. There we go. And he is going to heaven. He really is. Yeah, thank you for clipping. That makes things so much easier for me in the end. Because I do the little stream markers, but I get lazy with naming them, so I do like a 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And I go back and I'm trying to remember what's funny about the moment, and I forget about it. Clips like help because they're in the moment, which is very nice. Hydraulics. Got some hydraulics on Grandpa's car. Spontaneous combustion. Little stuff like that. Where was Ghost Cars? This one? Yeah. It's almost done with this one. We got... Wait, no, not that one. This one. Alright, down to 11. Down to 5. And 2. And 1. There we go. Perfectly sanitized corruption. Throw it on the stockpile and call it... I'm sticking with Ghost Cars. Alright, let's give that a reroll. See if we get any other effect out of it. I don't think so. It probably just makes certain objects collidable and certain objects not. And probably this pertains to the car specifically. Yeah. Alright. Clearing history and starting from the top. Oh, that one's kind of depressing. Just sitting in the void. Or doing that. Hey, we picked up... we picked up, Who's that again? I forgot what character that is. Anyways, we picked up somebody. And the other half, he just kind of falls. I think it'd be hard to save just where he's sitting in the void. Oh, look at the sky, though. It's kind of like a long tunnel. All the models kind of move with you.
Are we going to die?
Yeah, I think we are going to die. He's either nowhere or somewhere. That's a good way to put it. I like that. Also, there's the void off in the distance there.
Oh, my metal skull.
There we go. Nah, he kind of freaks out still. Kind of looks like an iris. Alright, we're gonna throw that one out. Let's start from fresh at the top. There we go. We got no driver, or is that his legs? Yeah, those are just his legs there. What? There's the bus. So we landed... Wait, what was that? So, started in the air, landed on a tree. Tree broke. Dropped us. Bringing the street level up to us. We saw that earlier because objects are drawn to where the player location is. Kind of like a negative city. I don't know what to make of these ones, and I don't know if I should keep them either. I'll put it on the stockpile, so maybe I'm not even gonna sanitize it. Maybe we'll do that. And if I re-roll it, it creates awful noises. I think that's his. No, it's not his horn. Huh. From being nowhere to everywhere. I like that. See? You got the naming convention down. I just need help naming, and you do an awesome job at that. Oh, nope. Nope. I regret nothing. One more time. Oh, that's great. Also, this guy's torso, like, reaches to the ground. What is this creature? Will he ever stop rolling? That's my question. I feel kind of bad now. There he goes. Oh. Man, I just ruined it again. Alright. No engine noise is kind of weird. It's too quiet. But on the bright side, we have someone saying over here and glass breaking and lots of construction work. Probably not. Oh my god, look at that car. What's the big idea? That's the big idea. It's the car. I want to drive that thing. There it is again. Oh god. Alright, moving on. I would like to keep that, but to sanitize it, we have to specifically go find a blue car that's gigantic like that. Which we have to drive around for a little bit to get that done. So that's gonna be a good, like, 20 minutes sanitizing. I regret nothing. Instead of Godzilla, it's Carzilla the Destroyer. Yes. All beware Carzilla. What? Did a 180 on me. You ever have one of those days where you just kind of sink into the ground? I've had those days. You alright, Grandpa? Oh no! He's okay. Oh, that would look kind of pretty. Everything goes to purple. No cars, no people. No game, no music. This is the beta version of Simpsons Road Rage. This is before they knew they had magic on their hands. Wait, I'm sorry. I hit a car and I think it turned into a mini car. Look at the mini car! That's adorable! Oh my god! Look how tiny it is! Okay, that's going on the screenshot window. There we go. Very tiny car. I don't think that's a reproducible effect. It's only that one car, and because we got really lucky when we hit that one.
Quit your whining already.
So I muted my audio for a sec, just so you can hear all of that. Because there was a lot. I'm going to play it back one more time. Okay, who said howdy? And why? Was that a thing? Willie does need a lift. Willie also needs some pills. Oh, this is like 10 times louder for me, and it makes it so much funnier.
Oh, did I do something wrong?
No, Grandpa, you did everything right. Alright. Moving on. Can we reroll that one? Will we get anything out of it? Nah, not really. Oh. Do we hit someone? Howdy. That was that howdy that made me crack up and lose my mind. Oh. There's helicopters in the game now. Look at that. Spinning blades. Before we're sucked into the void once again. Lots of fun crashes there. Look at all that. Man. Look at all that. I'm gonna let you use your imagination. Alright. Moving on. Like slipping and it's like making a weird sliding sound. Or where? Where? You stop. Quick speed? I think. Oh, every time I accelerate, I go higher into the sky. That's something we're gonna definitely keep. Helicopters destroy the world. Man, everyone's so angry in this game. Oh, I hope this effect is easy to keep. It might not be, though. There it is. Sometimes it doesn't work quite right. Accelerate to the moon. Up and away, right? I almost got it to where, like, anytime I accelerate, he kind of moves up a little bit, which is neat. That'd be an effect I would want, but it's toying with me. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Did we just... what was that? Oh, there we go. There's the effect. Kinda. Falling with style, my people need me. It's like people that he's given a ride to, they need him. I guess he's better than the bus. He's got that going for him. I don't think we can keep this effect. I think we have to move on, sadly. Even though I would love to keep it. It's sometimes amazing, but sometimes, well, 80% of the time it's not, though. Yeah, we are. Sometimes you just get to let it run, and it just does great things for you. Maneuvers are super devoted. Your driver's on the way, and you like check the map, and he's like right on top of you. You're like, what? He's falling from the sky. Okay, there's a lot here, and you get like a glimpse at it. There's like a flattened mascot there, and I want to keep that. That's gonna be hard to keep though, I think. Because there's so much going on that's wrong. But we can try. Oh, unless it's all kind of hand in hand, which I hope it's not. But sanitizing like it is. Yeah, just one memory write creates this effect. You send one thing to memory and it all goes haywire. I think it's just all the models are like drawn up by 1,000. What's rerolls? What the hell about? Let's get a good look at him. Let's get a good look at him and his baby arms and his baby head. Can we do it? What's the look behind button? I don't think there is one. There they are. His appendages are small. He's growing into infinity. He's tiny. What? Everything is wrong with this. We'll call this tiny limbs. How about drop hands? Nah, I can't do that. Tiny hands. See if we can get anything else out of it. Nah, not really. Alright, from the top. Oh, just missed those. If someone actually made a new Crazy Taxi film it's not called Uber or something similar, I would be disappointed. Crazy Uber. Crazy Uber would be amazing. I'm with Faith on that. We're doing somersaults. It might be bad PR, or it could be really good PR. I mean, shoot. What if you have some amazing drivers in it? That'd be like repping their brand. Do some GDQ, some games done quick. I mean, shoot. I don't know what happened there either. If anyone knows.
Mayday, we're going down.
Spin it like self-driving cars would never let this happen. Yeah, I guess that would work. That's not a bad idea. Did I get the save file from Wasabi? No, and that's why I'm actually on the first world using one of the default characters. I actually got farther than Wasabi did because he was streaming it and he was like, hey, do you want to do co-op, what do you call it, Road Rage at some point? I was like, that sounds like a great idea. Let me play it. And he's like, well, I'll have a save state ready for you, yada yada. He doesn't use the same emulator I have, so I can't actually use his save states. But I could like grab his save from the memory card, so we were going to go that method, but I ended up playing it all night instead of streaming. Did I stream last night? I streamed a little bit, I think. A little bit of Abe's Odyssey, but I didn't take his save file. Either way, I lost both save files, so that's all on him now. Also, he's really tiny. Oh, it crashed. Oh, it full crash. That's the first hard crash we've had of this stream. Why did your license plate say tonic? That is a super good question, and I forgot that it said tonic, and he must love that. I don't know if he knows that that's part of it. He should if he doesn't. You should check that out. But look at that tonic. I don't think you can change your license plate, can you? Let's check it out real quick. Because I'm curious. Options. Nah, and all their like high score system is the initials, so 3 characters. Either way, it was just like a perfect little quinky dink. Do we have something? I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep this. Like if everyone's tiny, I'll keep it. I see tiny. Well, he's super long. He is. Oh my god. He's just an atrocity. Let's save this one. If we can. If we can figure out what to save. There's a couple things going on, so I want to keep it like this. Yeah. They're all like made of particles. He's just a bunch of stuff. He's like a pocket full of glitter. I don't know why you'd have a pocket full of glitter. Pocket full of sand. Because everyone has pocket sand.
This coupon for free lap dances expires in 5.
Such a weird looking model. It kind of does look like a Raven. Good point. Pocket sand. That should be a Discord. Not a Discord, a Twitch emote. You also have pocket full of glitter? You need to like, what would you call that? Not double fisted, but like double pocket it, where you have one pocket full of sand, one pocket full of glitter. You can throw the glitter on people that you like. Well, how about on people you really hate, because that stuff gets everywhere and like it's hard to get off. But you use the pocket sand on your enemies. Yeah, we'll work it out. Alright, there we go. Fully sanitized corruption. Throw it on the stash. And we'll call it just particles. Hate glitter? That's what I was thinking. Like, it's hate glitter, but you have to use it like kind of sneakily. Like, you have to, maybe when they're looking away, like sprinkle some glitter on them. And then, you know, their boyfriend or girlfriend catches them and they're like, why is there glitter on you? And it never goes away either. Oh, I know my experiences with glitter. Never again. Never touches that stuff again. Let's re-roll this to see if we get... Wow, look at this guy. Look at him. Look at those buff, swole arms. Oh my god, I said well, you were about to say it. That's good here. And were you kissing a vampire? Psh, in the Twilight series, maybe. And yeah, look at that guy. That is a swole mascot. Oh, sorry. Car kind of controls kind of wonky. Oh, I know why. Because look at our hands when we try to control the car. They're just kind of out here. Krusty's okay. Krusty's a crab. I think he's upside down, actually. He looks like he's upside down. Let's try to get up the hill. There he is. He's down there. Reroll that a couple more times. What else can we get out of that? Really tiny. Super tiny, actually. Super gigantic. Alright, let's get Krusty in our car. Let's go, Krusty. There we go. Look at his hands. Just steer the air, forget the wheel. Yeah, man. They have air braking, engine braking. I don't know where I'm going with this, but why not air steering? Also, there's a giant Nelson. I like, you can kind of see the pixel art there for like when he's really far away and you get kind of close and there's the real model. That's kind of cool. Donkey Kong mode? DK mode?
Man, that ride was over faster than Chevy Chase's talk show.
Hot diggity, let's go, go, go.
Wow, I actually did good.
Take me to the school.
Heck yeah. Can we get anything else out of this? It's either gonna be ridiculously small or ridiculously huge. So I guess we gotta pick our poison. I think I'm good. I'm satisfied with what we got out of that. Yeah, neat little on demand, right? Alright, clearing our history from the top without the awful sounds. I love that it parked right next to the mascot. I'm loving some of the effects that he has put on him. Like, what are those pants? Man, pick up your jeans. This one, I'm not even controlling the car. I just run into the tree and knock the mascot over. That's all this corruption is. It's just hate on the mascot. What do you ever do wrong? We have one of those long tires for, you know, when you really need to grip the road. It's a steamroller, actually. Mascot hate missile? Yeah, it really is. Oh yeah, the disorienting upside down camera. I was looking for a corruption like this. Okay, we have a really tiny car. We have to sanitize it so it's playable. Right now I can't really move it around, but if clean it up just a little bit, give it a little bit of tender little care, it'll be exactly the way we want it. Tiny car, little RC, whatever you want to call it, it's adorable. It's about it shakes in place. I think that's going to be permanent though. We might be able to adjust the size just to where it like doesn't shake and the wheels actually touch the ground. Did I mess up? I messed up. Shoot! This one has it though. No? There we go. Self-driving cars are evil. You know, that's why that's an argument against self-driving cars, is they hate mascots. If I were to program a self-driving car, like, rule number one is you make it hate mascots. They're not human. No, that's terrible. Giving Abraham them wide hips? Oh my god. So, something odd happens there every time I try to sanitize it. So I can't fully sanitize it down to like a single memory, right? It does something kind of funny. So here's 5. Ah, there we go. That was wrong. Sometimes this isn't quite safe. Has he always had them? I mean, I'm not that big of a Simpsons fan. No fan service for me. Alright, send that to the stash. Single mirror, right, let's drive around a little bit. So it's a little bumpy. Oh, it also controls really, really odd. It has a really wide turning radius. Controls like a boat. But hey, we got a tiny car. With, I think, the hitbox of our giant car. I believe. Oh, are you talking about the screenshot? Oh, I thought you were talking about it on this. I did make it a little bit wider, I think, when I backed it up. But yeah, you're not wrong. Especially, he had baby arms in that, and like kind of a baby head too. So trending cars are evil part 2. I'm actually curious if that one's up. Alright, we're gonna save this. We're gonna call this Tiny Car. And reroll it. No way! Look at that car! It's a pixel! Look how tiny that thing is. You can hardly see it at all. I'll try to drive on the white line so you can see it a little bit better. There it is. Oh, it was corrupted, don't worry. That is not the natural state of Grandpa. If it was, Simpsons would be a whole nother show. Ah, there we go. Big car. Still kind of shakes a little bit. Oh! Now corrupt top speed. Oh, small car rush speed. Do we have one like that? No, we had one that was making us go fast, but it didn't seem like it was worth sanitizing. If I see another one of those, I'll keep that. And we'll throw that on the small car. I'm trying to see if there's like a perfect dimension. Because I want a large car. But I also don't want them twitching in place. I think they go hand in hand. Oh, there's a reasonably sized car. Do we like this any better than the tiny car, though? How about we'll call this... We'll call it mini car and tiny car. I kind of like them both. One's more playable than the other. This one I can actually drive around and see where I'm going. But the other one's just adorable, so... Alright. Clearing history and from the top. Also, wow, look at that smile. Wait. Load that again. Where's that mascot? Oh, I can't see it. Shoot. He had the creepiest smile there for a sec. How to drive a Google Pixel? Google self-driving cars have Pixel support now. You knew this memory value corruptions? Sorta. So if I was doing like very specific, like I opened this game in Notepad and just randomly wrote like what would you call it, letters to the Notepad file and ran it, that would be something that's similar to the Nightmare engine, where it's just random memory writes anywhere and you're just trying to create an effect out of it. I'm using sort of a special corruptor that's something called the vector engine, which in essence, it's a very safe way of corrupting. It's not going to corrupt anything that it knows will cause the Dolphin emulator to crash or anything like that. And if you actually look at one of these, like say this most recent effect here, clipping is so addicting. Clipping is addicting. When you get just that perfect one, let me get a good example here. Oh, not that one. I want to get some, there we go. So if I open this in something called our blast editor and hide the meme window, we can actually take a look at the specific corruption that we're creating. And what's going on, Sky Coaster Man? Good to see you. Get some wasabi hellos to you. I don't have any max emotes. I wish I did. I'm a poor college student. What's going on, Brisbee? I was real quick going down what the blast editor is. So, given this very first memory right here, it says at Dolphin, at this source address, set the value there, 3E. And that's all corruptions are. It's just sets values in memory and creates some sort of effect. That's all we're doing on the screen. And it does this 2,730 times. So we'll get some kind of interesting effect if we do it that many times. And that's how we've got, so far, our stockpile that we've created. And thank you for joining us, Brisbee and Sky Coaster Man. We got a couple interesting corruptions. It corrupted fairly well, which I'm very happy with. We got some, well, let's see. Got some happy lads. Some nice model corruptions here. We got shy cars. Also, Charlotte clipped all of them, which is awesome of him. Like some of the funnier ones. In the moment, most of them are hilarious. When going back and you look at them, you're like, oh, okay, that was alright. Anyways, for this one, all the cars are kind of shy and they turn away from you and they drive off, even if it has to go through a building. They still do it. We got Freebird. Car kind of freaks out in the air. goes off into infinity. If we get just the right positioning. And you know, destroy everything in its path on the way. We got hydraulics. Grandpa's pimping his ride. Spontaneous combustion. We got a lot of like just ones where everything goes wrong, and that's like one of these.
I'm going to heaven.
Ghost cars, where you can just drive through the cars. Let me get an example. Cars are not collidable. I was gonna maybe combine that with some other effect. Oh, I love those little emotes. Here we go. We got tiny hands, where Grandpa has the tiniest of hands, and look at his little tiny head too. He's got little T-Rex arms. Let's see if I can position it right. I gotta turn and move the camera. There we go. We got particles, where the characters on screen are little tiny particles.
Hop in, Junior. Time's a waste.
Looks like glitter and pocket sand and all that. T-Rex mode. That's also not a bad name for it. Let's call that T-Rex mode. That's not a bad idea. T-Rex Grandpa. We got Mini Car, which is one of our most recent ones. And just a reroll of that, we have Tiny Car. We have an adorably small car. It's just adorable. You just want to pick it up and put it in your pocket. I have a big head and a little arm. That seems like something you would find on a crossword.
My teeth fell out.
No, his teeth fell out. Now you just feel bad. Anyways, that's how it's been going so far. It's not bad at all. Okay. And I'll stop the awful noise. But I want to take that screenshot. Micro Machines. Wait a minute. Wasn't that on the original Xbox? Micro Machines? I think that was one of the first games I played on like the original Xbox multiplayer. Micro Machines. That rings a bell. It was? Oh my god, that brought back some nostalgia. I'm gonna write that down on another tab. Micro Machines. I'm gonna revisit that. That had a neat aesthetic to it. I was like, what could you even do online? What's the point of online play? And I saw Micro Machines and I'm like, now I get it. Now I get why people want to do this. We got arms that go on for days. And we kind of keep floating. My tree's blowing away. Which one was that in? There's only a small delay to the stream, so I don't actually know which one that was in. But wherever my tree so happened to be, I hope it's going well. And it's growing strong. T-posting, T-posing. There we go. The latest me. This is next level T-posing. This is where you, not only do you have to T-pose, but you have to ascend while you're doing it. You're alright, brothers. No royalties on me. Oh my god. You know, something we have done all stream. Oh, that sounds so bad. Is change the starting address. We've kept it at the exact same starting address the entire stream and created the same effects. Let's knock that back down to like, maybe not 0, maybe a little bit further ahead. Because if you go, say the starting address here, if you go to 0, you're gonna corrupt system functions. If you go a little bit further, you might corrupt like early models, maybe some mechanics on the cars and whatnot. Usually out here I find like some, like this kind of what happens is like model corruptions, the houses are corrupted, everything that gets imported is corrupted. and it creates these sort of odd landscapes. We got limousine cars. Everything's slow for some reason. I don't know why that is. So yeah. What's... Do we want to keep any of this? I kind of want to keep the soul effect. I feel like we can use that for something. Let's keep it. So it's only it's only the voices. Oh, that's gonna fit in perfectly with the T-Rex one. Even when you like smash into things. There we go. Single memory write. Slow sound effect. We'll call it T-Rex sounds and mix it with T-Rex Grandpa to create this effect. A torso just got into our car. And his grandpa checked in his mirror, and his passengers changed in all shapes and sizes before him. He looked forward and ignored it, and drove to his destination. Let's reroll Trek sounds. Oh, I guess I gotta hit stuff. Actually, doesn't sound any different. Huh, how about that? Tech explains starting addresses. Thank you. I feel like my explanation might be a little off because it depends on the system, but that's what I usually find. That's the general way about it. And taxi garbage bag. He is a taxi garbage bag. That's actually a good point. I'm gonna remove T-Rex sounds. I kind of want to go pick him up again. Look at him. He kind of is like a little trash bag, isn't he? Just throw that right in the back. Don't worry about where it goes. I'll try it over to the Quickie Mart. Oh, we're sinking again. There's that quicksand one you mentioned earlier. Did we save this one? I don't think we did. Well, we can't really drive around. It's kind of stuck there. Otherwise, I wouldn't save it. Get that pog. Let's save it. Why not? It reminds me of my sinking depression, so that works, right? Grandpa doesn't even say anything as he sinks into the ground. He just wants to be alone. Yeah, it probably is the value that warps you inbound. I imagine if you maybe clip through the ground, you get the same effect. If you can clip like hard enough, maybe with a certain velocity, you get past where the bound is on the ground. That's what I'm guessing. We can drive now, or we can at least accelerate. I forgot what I said at the moment. It was something like kind of dark and sad, but that was a good clip. Let's see if I can find that. I have a backlog. Floor's quicksand. There it is. Oh, you beat me to it. I was just grabbing that. Thank you. Charlock, the Clipmaster. Need a title for you. Because I always see your 1 hour, 1 life ones for Wasabi 2 and Sky Coaster Man's quality clips. And I think I just sanitized that the wrong way. I did, but I saved a copy in the stash. There it is. Five, 3, and 1. Send a stash, and we'll call it quicksand. Can we reroll it? Will it do anything? Oh, we can lock the wheels in the ground. So yeah, I think that would definitely back up. Well, I was gonna say it would back up Pokin Pirates explanation. But it looks like even though we got air, oh, I hate these buses. Even though we got air, we returned back to where our wheels went to the ground again. So it's almost like, oh, it makes like the wheels non-collidable or part of the car non-collidable, something like that. Anyway, interesting effect, nonetheless. And not an interesting sound, oh my god. Chainsaw Grandpa cuts down the tree. Look at the mascot. Look at the like dark shading on the guy. Oh, I love it. The lighting effect. We're gonna put that on quicksand for sure. Film noir grandpa. Even to add to it, the mascot watches as you sink in the quicksand with this dark, depressing look on his face. I feel like you murdered someone and this is like some murder mystery where I have to figure out who did it. But there's only 2 characters, so I know I know the mascot did it, but we're just doing the motions of trying to figure out who it is. Two memory rights and 1 memory right, and send a stash. I like film noir. I'm gonna steal that from you, Brisbane. It's too bad with the Windows Glitch Harvester, we still can't put notes on the corruptions or the stockpile, so we can't note like who gave us that corruption, or like if we want to add any notes for like say Vinny to read or anything like that. I can't add notes. Otherwise, I would put your name there. We'll say, actually, we're just gonna mix this though with quicksand. So combine these 2 together, merge selected stash keys, and there we go. Now it's a very depressing scene. We'll throw that on our stockpile. We'll call it, we can still call it quicksand. We'll just remove the old one. Will film noir fit with any of our other ones? Might fit with this one. Yeah. It goes from happy lads to creepy lads, but works for me. Okay. I need Mickey from Sin City narrating this. Yeah, his voices. That would be very fitting, wouldn't it? It's very, How would you describe that voice? It's not like warm and comforting like Morgan Freeman. It's like a sharp drink of whiskey. Very cut and dry. Gravelly, yeah, it has like coarseness to it. Oh, there's big car. Oh, we might be able to save this one. Oh, unless it disappears. Which saddens me greatly. Oh, I just wanted to, there it is. Oh, it's sometimes here and sometimes not. Shoot. The capital S in quicksand. Oh, okay, I was doing it as like 2 separate words, that's why I did that, but I can... Is it 1 word? I'm not sure if it was camel case or not. Oh, it is 1 word. Okay, you got me. Quicksand. Thank you. I thought it was 2 words and I was just being lazy by not putting them as 2 separate words and I was just gonna smash them together. Cool, there we go. Thank you for reminding me. We were sanitizing... Were we sanitizing? This one. Yeah. So I think maybe car generation is random? Because sometimes it seems like there's different cars on the road. English is cumbersome. True that. Cumbersome with a capital S. Now you're just mocking me. I know, right? Thank God it was my primary language. I got lucky because I learned the hard one off the bat. And for anyone having to learn language, learn English, I am so sorry. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep this one. What was that? Like an alarm clock going off? That's weird, that sounds exactly like my alarm clock. And then I realized I woke up late for work. And I wasn't actually corrupting an excellent game. We keep getting a lot of this like half screen, like the left side there. Is that his face? Yep, that's his face. Grandpa's Adventures in Giant... I missed the last word there. In Giant Land. Oh, you missed this one earlier. This gigantic car. That's not a bad one either. I wish we could save that corruption. I like the giant cars, but it's only that one specific car for some weird reason. And before we wanted to keep it, but unfortunately it's too far into town, so we'd have to always drive to get it. It's a cool looking corruption, that's for sure. It's just like the car spawn rates are so random that we wouldn't be able to predict whether the corruption we're looking for is staying there or not. Oh, we got big mascot. Let's keep that one. That's gonna be very fitting for the quicksand corruption. Oh, also earlier we had giant, well, we had really small models that were extremely tiny, and then we had extremely giant models. So we had like Krusty right around in the back of our tiny car, and his legs went like 5 or 8 feet ahead of us. It was nice. I know, I just gotta find that high speed, right? I'll find it eventually. It'll be there. Is that his face? It looked like, let me glance at this again. But what I saw was like, his eyes were stretched. It was horrifying. Yeah, his like mouth opens a little bit. Oh my god. That was a good one. That was a good corruption. Nothing you can save, of course, but it's still like hilarious in the moment. Alright, send that to the stash, that to the stockpile. I'll call it big mascot. And doesn't matter what name is, because we're going to combine it right away. That's definitely going with quicksand. Because that's just great. So with the Windows glitch harvester and with Dolphin, you can pseudo target specific memory domains and specific ones. Not with the vector engine, because it lets me specify. How do I phrase that? Well, if I knew a little bit more about the ROM itself, I would be able to guess sort of where I choose with the starting address where I want to corrupt, and where with the blast range I decide how big of a corruption I want to use, for example. However, if you use the real-time corruptor, which is one I highly suggest, the real-time corruptor, you can target specific memory domains within, say, like VRAM, I'm blanking on the other ones, CPGRAM RAM, whatever you pronounce that. I want to pull up a ROM so I can give examples. But anyways, you can target specific memory domains, say for like the NES, the Game Boy Advance, etc., all the way up till... I don't know what the most recent console would be for the BizHawk emulator. Anyways, anything that you can target with the BizHawk emulator, you can corrupt with the real-time corruptor, and that allows you to have access to those virtual memory domains, which makes corrupting very easy. But I'm pushing corruptions, I believe, to, well... I'm not sure how it works because there's a little bit of, like, obfuscation, is that the right word for it? A little bit of confusion because of the whole bit with the save states. So I'm applying these blast layers, or these memory writes, to a save state, and that save state is actually being stored in the stash history. Whether that's stored on the stack or on the heap, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know enough about memory management to be able to give a definite answer on that. I'd like to take a look at it though. The real-time corruptor and the Windows glitch harvester are both open source, so if you want to take a look at that and see how they're dealing with memory management and stuff like that, I recommend taking a look at it. Windows glitch harvester is a little bit behind, but I highly recommend checking out the real-time corruptor. That's the meat of the corrupting, and it's a lot of fun to play around with. I highly suggest it. Oh, it was a programming joke. Oh, well, now I just killed it, didn't I? And for Pumpkin Pirate, I highly suggest that website to give that a check out. That's where if you want to begin corrupting, you can take a look at that. I contribute a little bit here and there to that page, which I like. I don't know, what did I do recently? I did just a guide on one of the corruptors, Vine Corrupt, and I think I did the Blast Editor guide. Yeah, I did the Blast Editor guide because I love the Blast Editor. Because I highly recommend, if you create a corruption, you have to sanitize that corruption. That's why we have amazing effects like this, where you have all those individual components, quicksand, film noir, and giant mascot all thrown together. That's why you gotta sanitize those corruptions. We're gonna call this quicksand without the big S. Remove the old one. Grandpa's 6 feet under. Yeah, he is. Can we put big mascot anywhere else? I don't know where else it would fit in. I mean, that kind of works. Let's do that too. Creepy lads. Do a small amount of programming security, some memory hacking. Oh yeah, that is definitely fun to do with security. I loved learning about, we did systems programming, and we learned a little bit, I mean, just a very minuscule amount about like how you would, you know, utilize array out of bounds errors and stuff like that to inject code, and that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I'm a computer science major, but I have a primary focus in game systems, so that's my orientation. There we go. Got creepy lads, got big mascot. I think I'm going to remove film noir because we got that applied to a couple corruptions. Quicksand we got. Tiny car and mini car, we're gonna leave both of those there. Particles, these two mix? Oh, he just makes him somewhat normal size. T-Rex Grandpa plus big mascot? That's kind of neat looking. I'm gonna remove this maybe. Alright, I think I'm gonna move on. Let's start a fresh corruption here. Oh, that one's a pretty one. Or it was pretty. And then I ruined it. Upside down camera. We get this a lot. I always consider keeping it, but it's just not too interesting to play as. It's very difficult to play as, actually. Cool to see again, though. We get it quite often. Wow, what is happening there? The world turned into a snow globe. He's just like a rocket being slammed into the side of a mountain. So I think this is the speed corruption we're looking for, because look at that speed. Look at that speed. But we gotta sanitize it, of course, to remove all these weird other effects that we don't need. It's like infinite forward. Also, look at this rotation. Okay, if anyone needs a loading screen for any game they're working on or anything like that, I highly suggest this one. I endorse it, even though I don't think I can endorse it in any sense. But look at that, that'd be a perfect loading screen. Shoot, I should have that for the stream, to be honest. Alright, let's see. We're gonna sanitize that fast speed, if we can. So this would be the half with the fast speed, because this half I don't think has it. Let's see. This half does not have it. This half does, okay. We're driving so fast we're clipping into walls. It's kind of hard to pin down, unfortunately. Rotating car model into loading screen, right? Like, you cut out the background, that'll look perfect. Or as perfect as corruption's a good look, which, you know, always looks perfect to me. As long as it runs and it doesn't screech at me, I'm usually pretty happy with the results. I'm sorry. Just have you ever been just so mad at your neighbor that you just decide to, you know, let's orient that right. Just, you don't want them there anymore, and you just I can't even aim it properly. Alright. Right into the wall. I hope being like tilted on our wheels doesn't have to do with this corruption. It might, so they might go hand in hand. I hope not. But it seems like everyone that has the tilt one also contains the speed one. This is a difficult one to sanitize. I had a lot of trouble with it. A lot of re-rolling, a lot of random guesses. Okay, at this point I could probably just randomly, or manually, enable or disable some of these. So that one I think is our effect. You can try disabling this one. So we need that effect with it. How about this one? These two together create the effect we're looking for. Okay. So that isn't ideal, but we can try to work with it. Send it to our stash. We'll call it temp speed, because I would like to re-roll it a bit. So I don't think it's a straightforward like speed boost. It's like some kind of weird mechanic with the physics of the game where if you're tilted a certain way and you drive forward, your speed goes to infinity. I don't know, something like that. But we'll call it rocket car or something like that. We'll save it for the time being, but rocket car. but we're not going to apply that to minicar, I don't think. We can try. Yeah, it just won't be. It's like throwing a speck of dust at the wall. Let's move on. There's the void again. Oh. Very tiny minimap, which also rotates with us, which is kind of interesting. Also, ghost cars again, but we already got that effect, luckily. Wait. Can we not drive up hills? What was that? If you try driving up a hill, it forces you, like, extremely hard backwards. It's like it's throwing me away. Is that just that hill? Let's see this one. No, I can't drive up any hill. I wonder if it's like a level boundary. Or it's supposed to act like that. Yeah, you just can't go upwards. Alright. We're not gonna keep it, but kind of funny to see. We got a whole lot of map corruptions. Looks like it's just affecting where the player is drawn, or how big the icon is. Got kind of a beat to it. Oh, we got one of these again. Street level. God, traffic in the air is just the worst. This is why we can't have flying cars. The traffic in the air is just the worst. Look at that bus. Can't even get up. See, the real test to get to heaven is to have to get through all the cars that stop you from getting up there. See, I'm stuck between 3 different colored cars, and that represents sin. Traffic jam to heaven. Yeah, what if the stairway to heaven was like, you know, the escalator brings you to heaven or whatever. What if just people were like walking the wrong way, or they just got in your way and you're trying to like get there faster, but they're just kind of standing there? What if it stopped and people didn't want to walk? They're just like, you know what, we're happy here. We can see a glimpse of it. It's good enough. Oh. Got some... Ooh. Got some zoom. I always want to sanitize these ones because they look like they're cool. They look like neat effects, but they turn out not to be in the end. So I don't think I'm going to keep this one. We had a similar FOV kind of one earlier. Alright, moving on. Let's corrupt some system functions, or just right at the 0 starting address, right at the very beginning of the ROM. We'll probably get a lot of crash sounds. Oh, we can combine this with ghost cars. If we'd like, because they're all invisible of sorts. Create a more interesting corruption in the end. A-OK in my book. There we go. Single member right on the stash. Call it Ghost Shadow. Combine that with Ghost Cars. And now we can drive through these cars. Kind of. Can't really graze them. I also don't like that you can't see them head on. Do we put them together? You gotta head out, but thank you and good luck with the corruptions. Thank you, Pumpkin Pirate. Thank you for stopping by. I'm not sure if we'd ever, if I've seen you around here before, but this is the kind of content I usually put out, so if you're ever interested in stopping by again, I appreciate it, man. Traffic jam to heaven.
I messed myself.
That's sin. Do I keep these together? Is this better than regular ghost cars? I can't decide. I kind of like regular ghost cars better. This is just Ghost Shadow. We'll keep this as a separate corruption. We're not going to throw them together. Keep it like that. Oh, some nice sun ray effects. Praise the sun. If you're into Dark Souls, I've never even played Dark Souls. Thank you, Pumpkin Pirate. I try my best. Oh, this one's a very subtle front flip. Very slow front flip. Or no, you just have like lower gravity, I guess.
Freeze the bird. Whee! Look at me, I'm freeze the bird.
Yeah, you keep catching air, so he keeps commenting on it. Is that an arrow? What's up there at the top? That looks like a car. Like it's our shadow or something. Oh yeah, and other shadows are passing by. I guess the shadows are drawn higher than they're supposed to be. Oh, is that's our wheel. Yeah, it was my core shadow. Okay, gotcha. Ooh. That's a pretty one. Kind of like a kaleidoscope. Oh, until you crash into something. But it looks like a cityscape. You know, in like the PS2 when you see all your memory, and you can see them, they're like kind of like those big pillars. Kind of reminds me of that. Ah. Oh.
I'm going to heaven.
I wonder. I see the mascot doesn't appear to be the correct model because it's like the far away model. Drawn demand.
Freeze the bird.
Drawn distance. I just want to look at it. Just a second model. No, Krusty's back to normal. Okay, so that's just the mascot. Another kind of shrunken window size. We get a lot of crashes since we're crouching so close to the beginning of the room. But we're getting kind of odd effects. Oh, and we got a hard crash, which is more common at the front. You'll hear breaking glass, which is that wonderful restart sound. Road Rage in the fourth dimension. That's a good name for it. That does look pretty. I kind of want to keep that. If I had like intermission screens that I changed, I like my current intermission screen, which is, I have this one here. I'm gonna quickly switch over to it, which I'm gonna stick with for a little while. For that, I had what was I corrupting? It was just for the Atari 7800, and it was corrupting so well, and I can corrupt it in so many different ways, and I had these beautiful effects on the screen that I decided just to record those and then put my background and please wait on it and switch it up a little bit. I was happy with the final result. Oh, nope. Where's the thing? Couldn't find my terminal. Alright, see if we can grab one last corruption. Gotta make it good. Ah, I think I just saw it. Nah. Oh, that face is gold though. Let's save that face on our window. Not that one, we're gonna save this one. There we go. Sonic R, which one was that one? Sonic R. Wow, I'm actually not familiar with Sonic R at all. I thought that was short for something, but it's actually Sonic R. For the Sega Saturn. Oh, that's why I never had a Saturn. Ooh. This looks fun to corrupt. Take a look at some of these images. Plus it's on the Saturn, which is also very neat because I don't get to corrupt many other systems too often. So it's always nice when I get to do a new system. You get sort of different corruptions out of it. They feel different. I'm gonna put that on my 2-stream list. Why do I have a really long error message in my 2-stream list. That was the first 3D Sonic game, really? I feel like I should know more about it then. That must have like indirectly heard about it, but that's very cool. That's a racing one. Developed by Traveler Trails. The name doesn't sound familiar. The company doesn't sound familiar. Let's see what else they work. Oh yeah, but their symbol absolutely looks similar. Especially with all the new Lego stuff that they're working on. Game Hut. Let me write that down. Game Hut, Sonic R, 3D. Yep, got it here. Sega's surprise and disappointment. Oh. He was one of the head people at Traveler's Tales and made a lot of videos showcasing neat programming things from the games they worked on. Notably Sonic 3D and Sonic R. That is awesome, especially since it was the first 3D Sonic game. I imagine they had a lot of interesting input for that because, I mean, moving from 2D to 3D, especially for a game that had its origin in 2D, Sonic originally, I'd like to hear his insight on how he made that transition, you know? Cool, I will check that out. Thank you for the suggestion. Ah, nope. Nice wheels. Oh, this one has all the models kind of off. Let's save this one. That's awesome. He released a ROM hack for it. That's so cool. And released the Sonic 3D Blast DX. See, when a developer cares about their work like that, that is awesome to see. And still provides insight, still talks to the community about his work. That's the way to do it. Not to like hide away and like you do the game and you're done with it and never talk about it again. Alright, there we go. Single memory right. Third one stash, and we'll call it, well, paper models. Kinda works. Oh, he's also a victim of the Malibu fires. Made a blog about it in his darkest hell. That's depressing. Poor guy. Hopefully he had house insurance and all that. Let me see if I can find that. I'm curious. Let me look at his positive stuff first, and then I'll move on to the darker part of his life.
Take me to the Maison Derriere. This coupon for free lap dances expires in 5 minutes.
No talking while I'm driving.
Oh, he was nearly, okay. Woo, that's actually a lot brighter. Okay. Well, still kind of awful because of the Malibu fires. But it's also a good thing that he didn't have to go through that. I kind of glanced over that. Also, we're gonna save this one here. If we can combine this with anything, let's see. Let's combine it with Ghost Car. Ghost Shadow. Egyptian mummy. Yeah, I was thinking what it looked like. It reminded me of someone in a straitjacket. Yeah, Egyptian mummy. He's got that pose where he's like lying down. Okay, we'll call this Flat Zone. And we could probably remove Ghost Shadows. We made it more interesting by adding another effect to it, which is neat. Can we add paper models to anything else? Well, that's funny, let's not do that. I'm curious what happens when you do it to this one. Okay, I was wondering if of course the model corruption wouldn't transfer over to the flat version. I actually didn't know you were a big Sonic fan. I thought you just liked the history of the games and whatnot. That's cool to hear. I think I've only done one Sonic game. I've only corrupted one, and that was when I was kind of still getting the hang of it. I'll have to do some more, because I remember that Sonic game corrupted extremely well. It was just the one for the Genesis. I'll take a look some more. Let's see. Ghost cars. Nah. I think this is good. I'm not going to combine too many others. I'm maybe I'll leave that for another time. But I'm going to save the stockpile. We'll call it something like Simpsons Road Rage stockpile. Easy enough. Yeah. Cool. I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and pause things here. Oh, they want actually let me pause it nicely. We're gonna force close it. But we got the stockpile saved, so it's all safe. Oh, let's try to restart it. Nope, don't do that. Close you down. Let's do some music. Let's do... I'm done. Yeah, we have done too much too mellow. Let's do a little too mellow though. Feeling in the mood for it. Let's do this one. Cool. And that was Simpsons Road Rage corruptions, which corrupted so well. That's like one of the only games I've corrupted in the past like 2 weeks that's corrupted extremely well. Although I've been messing around with corrupting on the original Xbox. I've been trying to do some Dreamcast corruptions. Dreamcast, I'm not a big fan of corrupting. Like, I've had so many problems with it. It's not supported by BitHawk, so I have to use an alternative corruptor like Vine Corrupt or the Vine/ROM corruptor. Usually are a little finicky to work with, and it doesn't have the nice protection that the real-time corruptor has, along with the extra features like rewind and save stating and stuff like that, depending on which emulator I use. So I've been experimenting with that unsuccessfully, but I'd like to move with it in the future. Rack Attack! I love that emote. Either way, I'm glad to do some GameCube corruptions. I'm glad to corrupt something normal. And I'm going to experiment with some new systems. We'll check out Sonic R for the Saturn. Sega Saturn. I can't remember if I did any Saturn corruptions. I know I did Sega CD, and the Sega CD corrupted pretty well with Super Shark. That was Sky Coaster's suggestion. So I'll take a look at that, see if it corrupts well. Yeah. Otherwise, if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to throw them out or DM me or something like that if you're ever interested in seeing something. I'll always check it out. And yeah, let's find someone to host here. This is, if you're curious what the music is, Too Mellow, which is a tribute to Jet Set Radio by this great artist. Oh, we got Jub hosting on stream today, so we're gonna go give him a host in just a minute here. But yeah, thank you for everyone that was able to stop by. I'm starting over my words now. Thank you, Charlock, for all the clips. You did so many clips. I appreciate that. I love it. Thank you, Brisby, for stopping by. Pumpkin Pirate, even though you took off, thank you for stopping by too. Just scroll through the chat, make sure I didn't miss anyone. Oh, I know I refreshed my page, but I was gonna say Tisabi Wanik. Is that your name? The secondary one? Thank you for streaming. I love streaming. You're welcome, though. And peace out, y'all. Get a good old salute there. Have a good one, everyone. We're gonna go on raid here in just a moment. And I'll be streaming probably tomorrow. We'll see. Most likely.